Hey guys, my name is Simio, and today I'm excited to say that Lion is going to be getting some pretty big nerfs soon in Rainbow Six Siege. The first big one that Ubisoft is working on is that they're changing the way that his gadget works fundamentally. So as you guys all know right now, if you are on defense and you get scanned by Lion, if you move when it's activated, everyone on offense knows your exact location for the duration of that scan. Doesn't matter if you stand still, you can run around, but they're always going to know where you are for that 4 seconds. Now though, with this new change, if you stop while it's activated, you're no longer going to be highlighted. So if you make a quick adjustment to your position for that brief split second, you might be scanned and they will know where you are. But then after that, as long as you stand still, you're no longer highlighted. This really is a significant difference from the way that it worked before. Now, of course, on offense, if you're observant of your surroundings, you see someone move ever so slightly, you can still get a general idea of where they're hiding. So if you saw someone stop in this one location, well, if you shoot through the wall, you're probably still going to be able to take them out. But at least as a defender, it gives you more control. You can go prone on the ground to maybe avoid that situation so they can't get an easy wall bang. You could, move around to try to not be out in the open and then stand still behind a reinforced wall, for example. No longer, now when you're spotted, is it practically a guaranteed takedown by the offensive team. This is going to make it a lot easier as a defender to work around his gadgets. Another big change that they're making is that now he's only going to have 2 scans instead of 3. I imagine the reason why they're making this change is that a lot of times you don't really have to think a whole lot about when to use your gadget because you have so many at your disposal. You see your teammates rushing on in, like Ash for example, will activate your gadget. Even if she doesn't get a takedown because of it, it's fine because you still have 2 left. You see your teammate about to plant the diffuser. Activate it once while he's planting to stop their moving, and then activate it 2 more times while they're trying to retake said diffuser. It's practically impossible for defense to retake that site. And so by reducing it from 3 to 2, you now have to think about it a little bit more. Do I use this to try to find the enemy roamers with my jackal, or do I use it as crowd control when we're trying to plant the diffuser? This is now something that you're going to have to consider while playing as Lion, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing because it was a bit absurd. The final change that Ubisoft is going to be testing is that they're increasing the cooldown between charges from 10 seconds to 20 seconds. My guess is that this once again has to deal with trying to retake the objective. If there's only a 10-second window between the charges, good luck trying to take anyone out that's anywhere near that site. Like 10 seconds isn't a lot of time to move around and then stop out in the open when he activates his scan once again. 20 seconds is a lot more reasonable. Now I do want to mention that this is all going to be on the technical test server. Nothing has been 100% confirmed. This is something that they are testing. So they're going to be trying this out. Maybe they've gone too far. Maybe they haven't gone far enough. Who knows? Maybe Lion is still going to be too powerful, but I highly doubt it. And so all in all, while it remains to be seen how this is going to be affecting Lion in the long run, I gotta commend Ubisoft for actually making these changes so swiftly. We're not gonna have another Ella on our hand for the next 6 months. I would much rather have an operator be a little bit underpowered than one that is overpowered. If you have an operator that is blatantly overpowered, that affects the entire game. One that's slightly underpowered only affects that operator. And so if Ubisoft went a bit too far with these nerfs and he's underperforming, they can always go on in a future update and make him a little bit better. They can give him some buffs. But if they kept him too powerful, once again, that affects every match and every game because of that overpowered character. And so I respect that. Another really exciting change that Ubisoft is working on the technical test servers is that it looks like they fixed the weapon sight misalignments. So I don't know if you guys are aware, but there are some times when you're shooting down range where sometimes your shots aren't lining up exactly where you're aiming. They give a nice clear example in this short little video here. You guys will notice that some of those shots are going slightly above or slightly to the side of where you're aiming. This has been something that Ubisoft has been trying to fix for a very long time now. You guys might remember a couple of months ago when they added in the predictable recoil patterns on the TTS. those predictable recoil patterns were in response to this misalignment. This was one of their ways they were trying to fix that issue. They didn't go as well as they were hoping. The community wasn't really happy with it. Seems like Ubisoft wasn't happy with it, and so they scrapped that idea. It seems like Ubisoft was able to keep pretty much the recoil for all the weapons the same, it seems like, and somehow fix that problem. This is going to be a nice improvement. You guys ever have those moments where it looks like you should have gotten the headshot against someone, but for some reason it doesn't look like it registered, or you hit like their shoulder, for example? This could be for that very reason. This is just gonna give players more control. It's gonna give you better visual feedback as to what's going on. I'm really crossing my fingers that this solved the issue, because this has been a problem that has been plaguing Rainbow Six Siege, I imagine, since the very beginning. And so as long as this fixes it, I gotta give a big tip of my hat to Ubisoft. And so all in all, I am really happy with this update. I know that some people might be a bit disappointed by the Lion nerfs and changes because they don't want to see him become situational, but I don't think being situational is necessarily a bad thing. We have Castle, for example. I know that at lower level play, and I think this is going to apply to Lion, he may not be all that great, but in a well-coordinated team with a certain strategy, Castle can be really powerful, and I think that's also going to be true for Lion, but of course, only time will tell. But yeah, guys, that is about it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you guys thought about this update. Do you think that Ubisoft is going too far with the Lion nerfs? Do you think that this is gonna put him in a nice, well-balanced state? Let me know down below in the comment section. But yeah, guys, until tomorrow, have a good one and take it easy.